Burnley have been officially promoted to the Premier League after one of the all-time great championship seasons. And with Vincent Kompany renewing his contract as manager, and former NFL star JJ Watt along with his footballing superstar wife Kalia Watt joining the ownership group, things are looking on the up for the Clarets. But can they survive the Premier League relegation battle? Today, we're going to find out as we take over Burnley in realistic fashion. Welcome to the Burnley Realistic Rebuild. So here is the default starting 11 we do take over here with Burnley. I have recalled all of our players out on loan and got rid of all the players that we had in on loan to make it like a fresh start. And there is no need to replace Vincent Kompany. We're going to be acting as him. This is a realistic rebuild after all. Put Mr. Rebuild on ice for the day. Of course, I have decided to put us in the Premier League this year. I've also brought Sheffield United up to the Premier League following their promotion. And the clubs I've sent down to the Championship are Southampton and Everton because at the time of recording, they currently sit 19th and 20th. Tried to keep this as realistic as possible, gone looking all around the footballing world, all around the forums to see who's been linked with Burnley. Also been looking at who's been linked away from Burnley. So we're going to try keeping this as realistic as possible, but don't come for my throat if I make a transfer that you don't think is realistic. For me, the first priority in terms of signing was super obvious. Bayer was just an absolute stud for Burnley this season, and it felt like an absolute no-brainer to get him to Turf Moor on a permanent transfer, which is why we've signed him from Mönchengladbach for £10.7 million. Another player joining us from the Bundesliga, it is going to be Lucas Nmecha, the German striker, joining us here from Wolfsburg. I promise you lads, we're not only dealing with Bundesliga clubs, but we've sold our first player to a Bundesliga club in Ashley Barnes. And we're also saying goodbye to another striker here. It's maybe the most obvious transfer of this video, but it's going to be Weghorst. This dude only goes to big clubs. Barcelona have signed him. Vincent Kompany has been linked with a whole array of goalkeepers in the past few weeks and months, but the man that I've decided to go after is the young Dutchman from Anderlecht, his former club in Bad Verbruggen. He does have a bit of work to do though if he wants to become our permanent starter. I mean, I was tempted to sign Grabara, and then I remembered who he was. And I remembered that I hate this guy. If you're an Australian and you know he's feud with Matt Ryan, you'll know why I hate this guy. Screw you, Camille Grabara, you are a dickhead. Another player from Burnley's championship winning side though is going to return in Ian Matson. This one makes sense. We signed him from Chelsea. Same deal here. Nathan Teller is going to rejoin us. He is an absolute stud, and we may as well get him back up to the Premier League now after Southampton, his former parent club, got relegated, but we have paid just £5.7 million for him. A player departure, getting rid of a bit of deadwood here. Gonna send Dennis Francini or Franchi off on a 2-year loan to Paris. The loans continue though. Marcel Lewis off to Ireland for the next 2 years. Enoch Agai is off on a loan for 2 years to Sion. And the move I really wanted to make, hone his craft here and get a bit more game time at Leicester for the season. First game back in the Premier League. Is this going to be a sign of a successful season? We've got Bournemouth away, and we win in the 88th minute in our first game in the Premier League. Let's go. But we're right back to getting players loaned out. It is going to be CJ Egan-Riley off on a 2-year loan to Eibar. It is never easy as a newly promoted side to stay up in the Premier League though, and that, just like real life with Burnley, is our goal for this first season. Survive relegation and continue to build out this squad here at Turf Moor. So far so good though. I mean, we got one win. How does 1 win and 2 losses get you manager of the month? So far so good. We currently find ourselves just 5 points clear of the relegation zone though, and a lot of clubs below us have games in hand, or we have a game in hand actually, so that's actually a better thing. Bournemouth, no wonder we beat them on the opening day, but we currently sit 13th here on the 1st of January. But I think we need just that little bit extra in the midfield if we're going to stay up this season, which is why we've signed the Belgian defensive midfielder Brian Haynen. Get in there, ladies and gentlemen. We are massive. Burnley are massive. We have survived the Premier League relegation battle comfortably here in season 1, finishing 11th. Look look at that. That has exceeded all of my wildest dreams. The three teams actually going down though, Sheffield United couldn't survive their first season, but Bournemouth and Leicester will be joining them in the championship. And then as we scroll up the table, Liverpool with a very impressive season. They win by 6 points. Newcastle taking down championship side Everton. I'm very curious to see whether Everton and Southampton come straight back up. And it is going to be Liverpool doing the domestic double as they win the Carabao Cup. PSG take down Tottenham in the Champions League final. Real Betis win the Europa League. Again, Man United, they can't handle Spanish opposition. And Arsenal win the Europa Conference League. Our main January signing though, Lucas Nmecha, with a great season that has helped us stay alive here and stay up in the Premier League. 14 goals to his name. Very big season though from the right midfielder, Benson Manuel, who started more games than Teller, and it showed. Going to be saying goodbye to a couple players though. Will Norris, Lucas Jensen, Matty Lowton, and Nijay Tucker are all leaving on freeze. Absolutely buzzing to have survived the drop here with Burnley, but we need to make sure second season syndrome isn't rampant in season 2. But lads, if you are enjoying today's video so far and you enjoy the content on the channel, make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, on the push towards 500,000 subscribers. I think there's some great realistic value in clubs that have been relegated. Sheffield United's right back, we needed a right back. Jayden Bogle's going to join us here. He wants to play in the Premier League again, so we're going to pick him up for £8 million, and I'm happy. His value's gone up like £3.5 million just from signing him. We've got so many young players here that I'm just going to continue loaning, and Lewis Richardson falls under this category. A permanent transfer move here though, as we sell Samuel Bastian to Spezia. Surprisingly, I'm actually going to send Nathan Teller on a loan move here to Aston Villa. Manuel was very impressive last year, so he does not deserve to lose his starting 11 spot in my opinion. But at the same time, I don't want Teller rotting away on the bench, so we're going to loan him out. He's Belgian and he's playing for one of the relegated sides. This is the perfect signing. The Belgian centre half, Boutfaze, joining us here from Leicester. And because we've signed Jayden Bogle, we no longer require Connor Roberts, who we have sold here to Napoli for £5.3 million. We're Vincent Kompany. There is no denying that we have an incredible relationship with Pep Guardiola and the City Football Group, and we are using that to our advantage. Calvin Phillips has had his fun. He's won some silverware. He's made some awesome money, but he's ready to get starting 11 football time again. And that is why we're signing Calvin Phillips from Manchester City. But we've made some quality signings here in the window, lads. The big question, again, can we survive relegation? Second season syndrome is a real thing. It affects 3 Premier League teams every season, and here's to hoping it's not us. Also, in a controversial move, I have given Verbruggen the starting role. He is the future. Muric, I'm trying to find him a club to sell, but we can't find anybody at the moment, so hopefully we can do that in January. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I didn't expect this. I mean, the table is still so tight, but we currently find ourselves in a European spot. You can't tell me Vincent Kompany ain't a goat. This is incredible. Still some work I want to get done though in January. We're going to send Sultana on a short loan here to Belgium. And finally, after a million bloody transfers have broken down, we finally get Muric out of the club and get £11 million in our back pocket. He's been rumoured with a move to Burnley in real life, and he is also one of the great Belgian wonder kids at the moment. It is the attacking midfielder Yari Verscharen who's going to join us here. Very excited to give this kid a go. We've crashed back to reality a little bit here in the second half of the season, but like I said, we avoid second season syndrome, and that is very nice for me. I am happy with that. We sit 9th after this year. Got to start thinking potentially about European football next year. Top of the table is a return to glory though for Manchester United, and as we scroll down the Premier League table, it's going to be Wolves, Norwich and Fulham in the drop zone. A few players who we could scavenge some of their best players. Man City winning the FA Cup. Unfortunately, we only made it to the 4th round where we were eliminated to Southampton. And Everton, they return to the Premier League and they get themselves the Carabao Cup title. Bayern Munich stopped PSG from going back-to-back in the Champions League. An all-Spanish Europa League final. And Newcastle United get their first piece of European silverware. Another belter of a season though for our German striker Lucas Nmecha. 19 goals, almost the 20-goal mark this year, which is very nice. Hayden as well. Who gave him the captain's armband? I say that like I'm not the manager, but he, from a defensive midfield role, got 12 goals and 7 assists. A whole heap of players are going to be leaving us, though. A fair few of our well-known players. Jack Court, a few cult heroes at Burnley are going to be departing, however. Jay Rodriguez, the Icelandic Goodmanson, and Jack Cork are all retiring. I'm not going to lie, lads. I don't know how this Wolves team got relegated. They have got some absolute quality players. I mean, you go through, it's okay, but then you look at this. They've got like Tyreek Mitchell. They've got John Stones, 86 Ruben Neves, 84 McAllister, 84 Matthias Nunez, 83 rated Gonzalo Guedes. They've got Smith Rowe. They've got a quality team. I'm really shocked to see them going down. But you know what? There are some good players we could get on cheaps. And the man I want the most is Emil Smith Rowe. We're going to have to spend a lot of money, like out of our budget, if we want to get him. But let's see if we can force Wolverhampton here into a sale of Smith Rowe. They want 66 million. What? I'm sorry, but nah, I'm not paying 66 mil. 52.5. That is terrible negotiation. And there it is, lads. We get it over the line. A massive addition to the side. Emil Smith Rowe is going to join us here at Burnley Football Club from Wolverhampton. The process has begun, though, to convert Zaruri to a right midfielder. This dude has been an absolute stud. So I'm going to put him on the right midfield and then Smith Rowe on the left. Been trying to get the South African striker Foster a loan move for the past few years. Finally, we have one coming in. We're going to send one of our Belgian players down to the championship. It is going to be Benson Manuel headed here to Fulham. He was a quality player for us, but unfortunately, age just wasn't on his side. Using that money that we got from that sale, though, of Manuel to put it to great use. Another young Belgian attacking midfielder into the squad. It is Anwar 8 El Haj joining us. Not the craziest transfer window in the world, but we did what we had to do, and hopefully we're going to reap the rewards from it this window, or this season, at least the first half of the season, because we can always adjust come January. All right, we're sticking to course. We're sticking to our route. We are doing really well this season. We were in this position last year, though. We can't fall off like we did last year. Let's push through and show how much we've matured. I mean, it's easy for me to say, let's stick to the course when we literally have no money in our bank account now. But look, I can't blame Charlie Taylor for this. He's stuck on the bench. He's behind Ian Matson. He wants game time, so he's going to be leaving us on a free transfer at the end of the season to Crystal Palace. Let's go! Up the Clarets, up the Vizza. We are 4th in the Premier League this season. That is one of the tightest top 4 battles I've ever seen. We get through on goal differential, and one less win would have seen us drop all the way down to 7th position, so I'm definitely counting my blessings right now. But we're playing Champions League footy in Season 4. Who got relegated? Whose caucus am I going to just absolutely feast on? It's all teams that get relegated, although Brentford, I wonder if Brentford have any good players. To be fair, I think we're at the point now where we need to start thinking about not collecting scraps of the relegation teams, but actually trying to get some of the world's best talent because we're in the Champions League. Arsenal take down Sheffield United to win the FA Cup, and we lost to Sheffield United in the round of 16. Tottenham have won the Carabao Cup. This video, no longer realistic. Barcelona won the Champions League. Sevilla win the Europa League. Everton are doing a better job of rebuilding than we are. Everton got relegated, came back up, and have already won European silverware. What is doing? I think they only qualified for the Conference League as well because they were like runners up in last year's Carabao Cup, or maybe they won it, I can't remember, but that is wild. He just keeps getting better and better. 22 goals this time. Following this track record, he's probably gonna have like, what, 26, 27 next year? In football, the big clubs love to come in when there is an up-and-coming talent and steal him from the lesser owners. And that's exactly what I want to happen right here. Watford have an upcoming Brazilian wonder kid, Renato da Costa, and I want him in claret and blue. Let's get him 84 rated. Come on, accept it, Watford. They want 42.3. That is perfectly fine by me. What a pickup, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping this kid lives up to the expectations. We're putting a lot of hope into him, but it is Renato da Costa joining us here from Watford. Bro is 6'5" as well. Nah, we've just found ourselves a Greek gladiator, or a Brazilian gladiator in this case. We're not done improving our defense though, ladies and gentlemen. We have signed ourselves a new right back here. It is going to be Molina joining us from Leeds United. Again, another player coming from a lesser Premier League club up to some Champions League footy. Just because we're in the Champions League and focusing on silverware doesn't mean I still don't want to grow the young players in this squad. He's come back from his 2-year loan move, but it's going to be another loan move here for Agayi. Our striker stock is absolutely dreadful. If anything happened to Lucas and Mecha, we would have been absolutely screwed, like up shit creek without a paddle, which is why I've signed a Belgian striker in Jorbe Vertessen, who's going to join us here for £12.2 million. And with 93 sprint speed, dude is quick. Mate, I'm so curious to see how we go this season. Is this team good enough to go on a run in the Champions League? This could go either way. I'm all here for it though. One thing I'm really happy about is I got to get, I don't know, like, do we have enough depth? I think we have enough depth. I don't know. I'm in two minds about this season. Let's go check out our Champions League group. Yeah, this is a good Champions League group. And by good, I don't mean good for us. I mean good as in quality of opponent. AC Milan, Sevilla, Trabzonspor. I'm not going to lie. I'd be very happy if we got out of this group. Let's just give it a red hot crack and see what we can do. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating, lads. We have missed out on Champions League knockout round football. Have we made it to the Europa League? All right, we're taking on Wolfsburg in the preliminary rounds. It's the Weghorst derby, or even, I guess more appropriately now, it's the Lucas and Mecha derby. Again, though, the second half of this Premier League season could go either way. We could find ourselves legitimately Premier League champions, or we could find ourselves down in Conference League, Europa League spots. We've got a lot of quality talent coming off contract though, so I need to make sure that I renew the players that I want to renew. Looking to strengthen our squad depth again here. Another young Belgian talent joining us at the club as we sign Kjell Piersman to be our backup shot stopper. Oh, that would have been so good. We're in Champions League footy again next season, which is amazing, but we were 2 points behind Manchester City for the Premier League title. Nah, that would have been sick. Oh, that's gonna sting. We need to get a title next year. Relegated though, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, and Fulham. We've added our first piece of silverware to the trophy cabinet. Get in there, lads. Burnley have won the FA Cup. It is going to be Liverpool though winning the Carabao Cup. PSG win the Champions League. No! Oh, we've lost to Barcelona in the Europa League final. What was our route? So we beat Wolfsburg in the prelims. Round of 16, we beat Ajax. Quarters, we beat Braga. Semi-finals, we beat Salzburg. Damn, Barcelona had a pretty tough run as well. Man United there in the semis. And then they've beaten us in the Europa League final. And it is Tottenham taking down Royal Antwerp to win the Conference League. I am so surprised that Heynen got 21 goals and 16 assists as a defensive midfielder. That is phenomenal. Also, I'm so glad that I signed Vertessen in January, or in the opening window, because Mecha suffered an injury and missed a large chunk of the season, so we would have been screwed otherwise. But you know our team is good when everybody except one player is on international duty. It's a blow to start the season. Ian Matson has submitted a transfer request. He's got 1 year on his deal as well, so I'm probably not even going to be able to get good money for him. That is so frustrating. But it looks like we're going to be on the hunt for a new left back. And there it is, lads. When I signed Ian Matson, I thought he was going to be our left back when we won the Champions League, but it is not to be. He's off to Real Betis. But we have secured the services of a left back who could be with us realistically for the next decade. It is Ernesto Rodriguez, a Spanish left back, 84 rated, maybe like the regen of Jordi Alba. That would be awesome. We've signed him from RC Lens. Come on, lads, an opportunity for us to win our first piece of silverware this season. We've got Man City. It's the Community Shield at Wembley. Add this one to the trophy cabinet. Yes, we do. Visharan and Bogle are going to do just that. That is exactly what you want to see. I've been trying to clean this squad out, and almost every transfer talk has been failing. Finally, we have something work our way. It's going to be Sultana leaving to Swansea on a permanent. I'm just trying to clean out the deadwood. And there we go, lads. Egan Riley going to be joining him as he moves to Leicester. But the rest of these lads, I'm accepting offers, and it just isn't coming through. But this one here, this signing has been my North Star since we started this save. Back in season number 1, I thought to myself that Charles de Ketelaere would be an incredible signing for us. He's Belgian, he's an absolute wonder kid, and at this point, he is a world-class superstar. He's going to join us here at Burnley from Real Madrid for £114 million. If we want to be winning a Champions League, we've got to be signing the best of the best. Look at this team, man. So good. I have decided to put Bogle back into the starting 11. He's growing better than Molina was, and he's younger as well. But this team is coming along so nicely. And the thing is, there's players in this side like Heynen, Phillips, even Zaruri that I did not expect to do as well as they have. So I'm excited. Can we actually make it out of the group stages of the Champions League this season, though? That is the big question. Again, though, it is another challenging group. I would say our chances are definitely stronger this year, but I'm still not feeling crazy confident. Marseille, Bruges, and Copenhagen. Let's see how we go. Get in there, lads. Top of the group. Not a single loss. You love to see a donut in the losses column. And we're into the round of 16. Who are we going to be facing? Round of 16 time. Really? We get Real Madrid. To be fair, Marseille got Man City, so that's not any better. But, oh my God, we've got Real Madrid. That makes me a lot happier that I signed to Kettler at the start of the season. Winning the Premier League is of the utmost importance for me, though, lads. We currently sit equal first to Liverpool, but I want us lifting that title at the end of the season. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty brutal way. I couldn't think of many more brutal ways to begin life in Champions League knockout round football. We're heading to the Santiago Bernabeu and taking on Real Madrid. Oh, let's just dive in head first. Come on, lads. Come on, lads. Oh, it's a 2-2 draw. Heynen and Beto getting late goals for either side. A lot of yellow cards flying around, though, so I imagine there might be some suspensions. It's looking like none for us, though, which is a good thing. It all hangs in the balance here. All right, lads. Here we go. Everything hangs in the balance here as we head to Turf Moor. It's a far cry from the glitz and the glam of the Santiago Bernabeu, but we just need to get the job done here, ladies and gentlemen. Second leg at home. Please, Burnley. Come on, Burnley. Come on, Burnley! It's Calvin Phillips in the penalty shootout, scoring the winning goal. What a game of football. Heynen, our defensive midfielder, stepping up again. And we're headed to the quarterfinals. Yes. Ooh, look at that. Marseille have eliminated Man City as well. Our group is on top. And ironically, that's worked in our favor because our opponent for the Champions League quarterfinals is gonna be Marseille. Here we go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is at home. We know we can get the job done against Marseille. We did that in the Champions League group stages, but can we match it in the knockout rounds? Their team is good, but let's be real. I'm surprised that they've made it this far. I'm surprised they beat Man City, but I'm hoping I haven't pissed off the FIFA gods and make me eat my humble pie. The scoreline in the first leg is a 2-2 scoreline. We have blown a 2-0 lead. Okay, we need to be locked in for this second leg. All right. Second leg here at the Stade Velodrome. I'm a little bit more cautious now after that first leg. We're looking to get ourselves through to a semi-final, but nothing is guaranteed. Come on, Burnley. Get the result here. Yes, we do. It's a 1-0 win. Who else but Heynen? We took them down in last year's Europa League preliminary round, but it is now a different ball game. Wolfsburg in the semi-finals. Here we go. All right, grabbing our passports and heading to Germany for the first leg here against Wolfsburg at the Volkswagen Arena. Come on, lads. This is big. This is big. Come on, Burnley. Get ourselves into a good position. The scoreline, bloody hell, we left it late. We have the advantage nonetheless, but we should have dominated that. We should be 2-3-0 up, and I'm nervous that that's gonna hurt us in the second leg. And it's a massive blow ahead of the second leg. I don't like this. I don't like this. Calvin Phillips is suspended. Normally, I trust my gut, and I feel like my gut instincts are pretty spot on, but I'm hoping for just this case here that my gut is telling me the right thing, or telling me the wrong thing rather, the wrong thing, because my gut says we're going to lose this game. My gut says that blowing that many opportunities and getting Calvin Phillips suspended in that first leg is not a good thing. This is massive, lads. A Champions League final spot is on the line. Oh, come on. Come on, Burnley. Come on, Burnley. Yes! Oh my God. We left it to extra time, but Vasharin is going to send us to a Champions League final. Oh, that was too close. So here we are. The Champions League final. We're going to be facing Juventus in the Champions League final. Looking around at the rest of the leagues, Chelsea are going to get their hands on the Europa League. Stade Rennais have won the Conference League. We have won the Premier League title with Burnley. Get in there, ladies and gentlemen. Just 4 losses all year. 88 points. We have had a season to remember as we win Burnley the Premier League title. And as we scroll down the table, the relegated side is going to be Bournemouth, Sheffield United, and Wolves. Of course, we did win the Community Shield at the start of the season. Liverpool won the FA Cup. We were unable to go back-to-back. And Chelsea won the Carabao Cup. I can't get over the just performances Brian Haynen has had. When I signed this guy a couple years ago, he was literally a bridge for me. Literally a bridge. I was like, all right, I'm going to use this guy for a couple years. Maybe he can be a solid backup for us. Nah, this dude's turned into a goal-scoring extraordinaire. He's a center defensive midfielder, yet has 30 goals, 13 assists, and our striker, who we paid 20 million pounds for, got us 19, which is respectable, but he got outscored by a bloody defensive midfielder. That is cooked. Can he repeat his heroics, though, in the Champions League final? We'll have to wait and see. Let's get into it. Got to defend early here. They've played a peach of a ball there. It's a great save, though, from Verbruggen. Juve on the attack. Nah, you can't let Jota just run around in the box like that. What a save from the keeper. Good pass in this. Basharan. Gonna lay that one. Phillips. Haynen. Oh, I was getting too cocky with Haynen. I wanted him to be the one to shoot it. Tielemans. Nah, this is shit defense. Verbruggen knew nothing about that but makes the save. I think that falconed him. Bogle. Oh, he's just skinned him. That was a great move there from Bogle. Come on. No, I've run it too hard. I got too high on my own supply. Come on, we need to get him on the counter-attack here. Juve playing that 3 at the back formation, which is giving us a lot of opportunities. Great move from Haynen to go out wide here to Bogle. Look how fast he is. It's setting up the sweaty goal opportunity, but we've had an air swing. Oh, no. Going here for Sharon. Good first touch. Going to go under to Ketelaere. At the front post. I should have taken an extra touch, man. Get it out wide. Nice ball. De Ketelaere. Calvin! Oh, blocked. Sharon. Good ball there. Come on, we've got the numerical advantage. With the 3 at the back formation, it's given us so much space. Zaruri, be smart about this, Jared. Be smart. Just go for it. Green beam into the roof. We don't try to do too much. And in the 90th minute, the man that has been here since day one, Zaruri, is going to surely deliver Burnley a Champions League title. I was bricking it, lads. I was bricking it. I was like, is going solo the right thing to do here, or should I be squaring it? In the end, we've just green beamed that one. It's been a rocket of a finish, and it's surely going to make us European champions. Just defend, lads. Defend. Defend like your life depends on it. Clear it. Blow the whistle, referee. Blow the whistle. What a win. Get in there, lads. What a win. We've won the Champions League with Burnley. It's an all-time rebuild performance from Haynen, and it feels right to me that he is the man that is going to lift the Champions League title for the Claret and Blues. Burnley FC are champions of Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed today's crazy rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.